Hello everyone and welcome back to our Kerbal Space Program Conquering the Solar System, Putting Something on Everything series that we have going on here. And we are back here once again, and we did do a live stream not too long ago. Had a few people come out and watch it, and we were able to build ourselves a lander. So we have to come and somewhat perfected the design here, and we're just gonna bring it up. Boom. Here we go. Once it comes up, we'll give you a rundown of it. Here we go. Here it is in all of its glory. So this has the typical alpha launcher base onto it. More than enough to get it to wherever it needs to go. We bring it up here, still the same base. This time we've attached solar panels to it. We have 4 gigabit or giganator XL solar panels onto it. But now we get up here to the meat and potatoes of the entire lander. So what we have here is the Mun lander. That's correct. This Mun lander is a standing relay point, is basically what it's going to be. This lander has a relay antenna here and here. It also comes equipped with a couple communitrons onto it. Yep, there's one there, and there should be another up here somewhere on one of these sides. It also has 6 LT-2 landing struts onto it. It has its own Terrier liquid engine onto it to help slow it down on the way down. We have thrusters onto it, and we have an MK1 landing canister as the control module. We've also gone ahead and attached, yeah, good, this is right build. We've also attached to it 2 rovers. These are our Mun rovers. They have solar panels attached to them to keep them powered. They also have their own communitrons onto them, and as well, unless it blows up, they also have their relay antennas. This lander also comes equipped with 2 Giganator XL solar panels onto it to help keep it powered, and a power battery pack down here of 22,400 energy. So we're hoping that we have enough power that we don't have to worry about much. So we should be able to get this here. We should be able to take this, and we should be able to land it on the Mun. Then we should be able to deploy these 2 vehicles from it and be able to drive them independently around the surface of the Mun. So that's kind of what we got planned. So really, I guess the only thing left to do is let's roll this baby out. Let's get it on. This is one of the first times that I loaded up this game, and it didn't tell me it had compatibility issues with the mods on it. Here we go. Now, I'm going to remind you I'm doing all of this MechJeb free. That's right. What you see here is pure Bren skill. Are we ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. Releasing clamps in 3, 2, 1. It takes forever to get off the ground. Okay, we're going to enable fine motor control or fine maneuvering by hitting the caps lock. That's where you notice that these here change to blue, and then they allow us to have a more granular control over the ascent of our vehicle. And with that, we're able to better align it to where we want to go. Oh, she's got a little rotation into her already. Look at that. Gonna get her a bit of a lean. Gonna try and balance her out a little here too. There we go. She's still leaning a bit. Gonna bring that roll back. The angle's okay. Just gonna work on that roll. Come on. Roll her back. We want to try and keep this as equate as possible. Just there it is. That's much better. Okay. And we're up about 2 kilometers, 2,000 meters. So at this point, we're going to just try and lean her over a bit more. There we go. Nice little 20-degree lean into it. We're still gaining altitude according to Applap's counter here. And we still have a good velocity increase, so we should be okay to maintain this for a bit. When we get about 8,000 meters, we'll try and cut her down to the 55 range. Actually, by the looks of this, what's that called? Prograde? I think it wants us to try and scoot a bit forward, so we're going to give her a little bit of a lean there. We're going to bring up to 65 by the looks of the prograde. There we go. That looks better. Okay, we're getting a little bit of aerodynamic resistance, so that's when we throttle down a bit. Still, again, trying to maintain that 65. There we go. Still getting aerodynamic resistance, but we still need to be able to maintain speed too. A lot of people don't care, they just burn through the resistance. But you should slow down some just so that you can conserve a little bit of fuel. Remember, in real life, rocket engines don't really have throttles. They kind of they go from off to on and then off again, sort of deal. Okay. Looks like we're past that resistance. At 10,000, let's get her over to here to about 55. We're still doing good. Epilep's at 20 kilometers above the surface mark. There it is. Okay. And we got a nice 55-degree angle going on. And we still have a good amount of fuel in this first section. Okay. We're working our way up. There we go. Let's bring it over to the 45. Epilepsy is still 32 kilometers. Still got plenty of time. Okay, we're gonna get to that point where, there we go. Here it is. We are finally reaching into thermal resistance, or thermal buildup from the upper atmosphere. We're bringing ourselves down to the 40-degree mark on the line here. So that means we're roughly about a 50-degree incline here, if you will. So instead of straight up, we've now gone down 50 degrees. Be nice if we could clear the upper part of the atmosphere before we jettison the 4 engines, but that might not be the case. Yeah, and right now we will be exiting the atmosphere in 78 seconds. Okay, we're just going to bring our angle down a bit more. And detach. Yeah, that always hits something, but I'm not sure what it is that actually hit. Okay, we got a bit of a rotation going on, so we just gotta try and bring that rotation back. Let's see if we can flip it around. Okay, and the counter rotation. There it is. As if it was nothing. We're gonna get ourselves up to about 150. I always find it's a good marker. Okay, and cut. Still got a good chunk of fuel left. And we have the mun right there. Perfect. Expand out. Yeah, that's $1 million off. That was 300K. And we're going to set that as target. And of course, we want to move to our maneuver. And at this point, we want to remove that and deploy. Perfect. Okay, let's bring up this so we can monitor our power consumption. And while that goes ahead and gets itself aligned with the node, which it has 3 minutes and 40 seconds to do so, we are going to activate our solar panels. Because the last thing we want to do is lose power. That would not be a good way to end this mission. There it is. Boom. Both panels are extended. We should have 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Okay. So now we just wait. Wait for the alignment. I have a lot of RCS on the ship. I mean, a lot. We're almost in line. Once we get in line, then we can proceed with the burn to get us to Mun and get us in orbit. And I think from there we'll leave it, and then we'll make the next episode the landing. Always fun to have the landing. The landing takes a lot of time too. It's kind of time consuming. Getting yourself in the right orbit, getting yourself in the right area. Like, there's a bit more to it than just, you know, like with MechJet, you click execute and go and get a cup of coffee, you come back and it's on the ground. And we should have enough fuel to be able to execute this burn as well, which is also important. That way we won't have to transition stages during mid-burn, which can throw off your angles and stuff. Make you come out too close or further away from the Mun than you anticipated. Okay, we're almost on mark. Once we're on mark, we can time warp, because that means we need 47 seconds. So we got just under 2 minutes to go. So we're going to want to kick it at about 49 because of the delay in the engine's ignition. Okay, and I think we're on mark. So I'll do a little time acceleration. There we go. Almost there. Okay. Oh, shoot. Shoot. I'll have to do it after we hit the burn. I didn't set the antennas. That could have been bad. Okay, controls, antennas, activate. That's good. Activate, target, Kerbal. Okay, good. Oh, we don't activate that one. We do want to activate that one though. So that one should be activated, that one should be activated, that one should be activated, good. Okay, and we're on the burn. Yeah, that could have been bad if we didn't have those antennas popped up. Then we would have had some issues with maintaining control. Now, once we got close enough to the MUN, we would have come back into signal range with the satellite system we have set up around the MUN. But I mean, we wouldn't have had any signal during the transfer all the way to MUN. So that means we would have been relying on connection and signal once we get to the MUN, assuming that the satellites are aligned in a good order. Now, the Sputniks on there have about a 1.5 million meter range, and I think the actual unmanned pod has about the same, so it should be okay. But once we activate the communitrons, at least that gives us a nice, healthy 5 million meter mark. So we should be able to keep good communication with that. And now that we've hooked the relay dish up and we told the relay dish to point back towards Kerbin, that means any of the Geo Alpha satellites and Geosat satellites that orbit the Kerbin will also be able to relay back to this as well. Now, the point of having those relay satellites on dishes on the back of the rovers was mainly because if we got to a spot on the MUN where we could no longer communicate with the relay satellite, at least we could point that satellite, or at least have it pointing up towards the Kerbin or something, so then it would be able to at least grab signal from somewhere. So then they can point to Kerbin, and then as long as they get a point that they can hit, then they should be able to connect. Most likely they'll hit one of the satellites around here in their effort to try and get towards Kerbin. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get it. I think we're gonna have to separate here. I think. No, we might just have enough fuel. Oh, it's a tight one. No, we're going to be like 100 meters off of it by the time it burns off. 200 meters off. There it is. Okay, and when we get under 100, we are going to slow her down. Okay, half throttle, just monitor its burn. Get down to 30, we'll cut it a quarter. Okay, we are getting nice and close to this. Okay. We almost got this. There it is. Okay, and we kill it. Focus view. There it is. Bring in a beautiful, beautiful. Don't worry about it now. Go steady. There it is. We get enough fuel that we can get ourselves in a nice burn orbit around there. We are 4 hours away from that transfer. That's beautiful. Look at that. We got all that mishmash of cables here. Yeah, they're not even active. That's fine. Okay, and we're gonna get there in about 4 hours. So let's take a look at our wonderful ship. And this is all that's left. It is floating in space. And by the time we go to land, this giant section on the bottom here will no longer be here. We will get close to the moon surface. We will use the fuel in this section to slow us down. We'll then jettison it, and when we come close enough to the surface, we'll then use this section here to slow our descent and proceed down to the surface. Okay, so with that being said, that will be all for this episode. That is the end of episode 16. I hope that you enjoyed it. Hit that like, hit that sub, leave a comment, all that fun stuff. You know you want to. We are going to continue this journey in episode 17, where we are then going to get into orbit around the Mun, and we are then going to continue our journey through and get this all finished off. So with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, keep that Jebediah safe. Take care.